Hey, you ready to rock? Just about? Oh, you gotta finish getting ready. Yeah, I get it. No, it's not like we've had all day to get ready for this movie or anything. Oh, thanks. You like it? I used to have an orange jacket just like this, but I think I didn't like orange on myself as much as I thought I did. So I ended up getting rid of it. But I recently found this one at Goodwill, and it's this it's more red. And I think I like more red tones better on me than orange. Yeah. Well, plus the movie. Hello. Iron Lung, red, black. I don't know, you don't have to wear red and black. I've seen a lot of people on Instagram talk about what they're gonna wear to the movie, especially because at the premiere, Mark and Amy wore black and red, and it was super cute. So I just kind of threw on what I had. Yeah, I was thinking of looking for I don't know, I could get out cloak merch or merchandise or distractible merch. Have you seen the latest distractible merch? Really? Because I really like do you listen to distractible or watch it? Are you a watcher? Are you a watcher or a listener? Oh, okay. I am a watcher. I mean, of course, in the earlier episodes, they only had the option of listening, but ever since the watching option came out, yeah, I'm a watcher. Out of context, that sounds hilarious, but yeah, I've had this for a while, and when I was thinking about what to wear, I thought, well, this is perfect. And then I just got this for Christmas. So this ring is a snake, which doesn't have anything to do with Iron Lung particularly, except for that Mark, his Chinese zodiac. His Chinese zodiac is snake. He was born in the year of the snake. And 2025 was actually the year of the snake. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because the last collection that Cloak brand came out with, that's Mark's clothing brand, the last collection they came out with actually had the snake on it. It was really cool designs. I hope he comes back with Cloak soon. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing more designs from him because they came out with some great stuff. I remember when Cloak first started. God, so many years ago. I was staying with my grandma at the time, and it was just me and her, and she would watch her soaps, her soap dramas on TV, and I would sit on the couch and I would watch Markiplier videos, and it's really great memories. Even though we weren't watching the same thing, it's like we were still hanging out together, so watching Markiplier videos is actually a good memory I have with my grandma. I did show her some. And I remember back when him and Jack came out with Cloak brand, I remember they did some sort of thing where you could sign up to, Cloak did a thing back in the day where you could sign up to help clean the beaches in LA, in California, around where Mark lives. And I remember trying to come up with a way that I could go over there. I was in high school at the time. I was way too young. I couldn't do that, but I didn't live in California. But I remember thinking, oh, what if there was a way that I could take a cab to California or something and just help clean up the beaches with Mark. I don't know, I just thought it's so great. And now here we are 7 years later, however many years later, and he's come out with a movie. It's at 4,000. Did you hear it? I've been reading up on statistics and stuff. It's at over 4,000 theaters. It's in more theaters than Disney's Zootopia 2. Yeah, Zootopia 2 is at, I want to say 4,000 theaters, and then there was some other movie that just came out called Helpers or something like that. I don't remember the exact name, but some movie like that just came out, and it was in 4,300. So Mark's movie, by our request, we did this, That's the most amazing thing, is it's we did this, we the people, if you will, we the fans, we had to request this movie, so it's we did this. And then it went from being in the States to Australia. It's showing Australia. And where else? Guam. They put him in Guam. I was so proud when I heard about that. I've been like sending my parents every screenshot of whenever the movie is released in a new country. I was sending screenshots. Even though they've never watched Markiplier in a day in their lives. But I mean, I've sent them some clips and stuff, but it's important to me, so I've just been sending stuff. Because I'm just so excited. It's so cool to see. Because it's like he did this and we did this, and I don't know, it's just really neat. Do you need some help getting ready? Do you want like some makeup or something? Or do you want to wear the ring? Because it is a pretty cool ring. Or my other ring. I wouldn't normally wear two different colors of metal. Like as you can see, I'm predominantly wearing silver, but this ring is like the only one I have with like red gemstones in it. And it's yellow gold, but I mean, I don't think it's actual gold, but I think I get away with it. Because it's not so yellow gold that it stands out, right? So I think I can get away with that. I should have done my nails, but I've just been in such a funk lately when it comes to my nails. I even bought a new nail polish and I cannot bring myself to use it. But I did put on some like red eyeshadow and I'm amazed that it doesn't look like I have some sort of infection or something. It actually looks kind of normal. Oh yeah, I got a whole new palette just for this. I have, so this is the mascara I've been using, is e.l.f. Lash and Roll Eyes, Lips, Face. And it used to look different. But the old one expired, so I got a new one, like, just this month sometime. I'm pretty sure it's the same one as the one I had before. Either way, I've been liking it. It worked well. And then I've been using this Maybelline. I got this in October. The City Mini palette. Maybelline, New York. And then I took this. And this is, I did like the base layer with this. Like I did the light on the inner corner of my eye. And as you can see, it's kind of caking because I've had it on for a little while already today because it's late. But I've had my makeup on since like this morning, so it's got that like eye thing going on. I should probably fix that. And no, I don't have a makeup brush. I can't stand them. You know what else I can't stand? Beauty blenders. I cannot stand beauty blenders. I hate them. I hate them with a passion. But I did a first layer of like, to make it look normal, that way my eyes aren't just like red. I did a layer of brown. And then I took, this is my newest eyeshadow palette, is this Milani, which I think some of my first makeup was actually Milani. So it's kind of like full circle. Some of my first makeup was Milani, and the first YouTuber I knew, and the only one that I've really consistently stuck with is Markiplier, and here we are. But this is the Gilded Terra palette. I was looking for a palette that had like reddish colors or brighter colors because I've been wanting some more eccentric colors. And I still even have the plastic on it. I've just been picking it up like this and using it. And I think I used Take a Hike and Slow Burn, and I might have used a bit of Spruce Up. Well, I must have, because this is a new palette and you can tell it looks kind of like dug into a little bit. You want some? Because I'm happy to share. I know I just admitted to dipping my fingers into it, but I always wash my hands. And I replace my products regularly. It's not like I've had this for like 3 years and I've been dipping my hands into it. Please, I'm not a monster. But I'll understand if you're a bit germophobic. I totally understand. Actually, fun fact, I was talking to my cousin about makeup products and replacing them because I just replaced my mascara. And it says like 6 months on the bottom of the bottle or whatever. Well, she gets Mary Kay regularly, and she said that the girl that sells her Mary Kay said you should replace eye products every 3 months. Right, I'm like, what? Because I was even reading on Reddit the other day, eye products and whatnot are powder products, and technically powder can last like a really long time, no problem, and not get weird. As long as it doesn't get a funky smell or anything, you should be fine, is basically what the consensus seems to be. But the my cousin's Mary Kay lady, her reasoning seems to be your eyes have like the moisture from your eyes. Something about the moisture from your eyes can like it it can like contaminate the products, and even if they don't get weird, it's like that's the reason to replace them, is because of the moisture of your eyes, I guess, which makes sense, you know. I get it. Yeah. But anyways, about Iron Lung. Yeah, I know it's a couple days late. I would have loved to see it January 29th when it came out. Yeah, no, it's in theaters on January 30th. But the way most movies in theaters tend to operate is they'll actually release the night before. So yeah, it did come out January 30th worldwide officially, but technically there were showings January 29th at like 7 p.m. Yeah, the same thing happened with the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. I forget what day the second movie came out, the second FNAF movie. That was back in December. But there were showings the day that it was supposed to come out, but there were also showings the night before at 7 p.m. Yeah, I forget why that is. I just know that it's a thing. It's so cool. I've been keeping tabs on the page, the website, ironlung.com. That Mark and Amy, they're the only two who have been consistently updating this website. And I always scroll through Ohio, because that's where I live, and see how many theaters Ohio has. And I remember back when he live streamed like the first time about the movie, well, not the first time, but back in like December, end of December, and there was like 5 options. There was like 5 options in Ohio for theaters to go see Iron Lung at. And then the next day it like doubled. And then the day after that it doubled again. And it had been a while since I had checked. And I checked on it today, and I can just scroll and scroll. It's like being on The Price is Right, and you take that wheel and you just whoosh. There's so many theaters now, and it's so cool. And yeah, I'm from Ohio. I grew up here, and so it's always been so. I remember the first time that I found out that Markiplier was from Ohio, and I'm from Ohio. And I remember when I was a kid, I still am a kid, but like, you know, it blew my mind to think that some guy from Ohio, from the same state that I'm from, could just do the things that he does, even long before he made the movie, even way back in like 2016. Just seeing this guy just be so amazing and doing all these things to give back and just being this big YouTuber. And he's just from Ohio like me. That blew my mind. And oh my god, Matt Pat. I'm pretty sure Matt Pat's from Ohio. I know. I was like, dude, are you serious? I just found that out though. I didn't find Matt Pat until recently. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do tonight after the movie? I am gonna watch. I saw that Mark posted Garten of Banban 0. And let me tell you, I am watching that tonight after the movie. I have been looking forward to more Garten of Banban content. I don't know what it is with that game, because I remember when it first came out, it was so controversial. Everyone either loved it or hated it, mostly hated it. But I don't know, I've been pretty into it, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's because of all the lore or the world build, because I love lore. I love lore, I always have. That's why, because I remember back when Garten of Banban first came out, and people were playing it, I used to get so mad, even with YouTubers that I love watching their gameplays. I would get so mad at them because they would just kind of skip over lore, and I'm like, I get it, you just want to play the game. But that was when I first found Matt Pat. I first found Matt Pat via Garten of Banban, and he and oh, I forget the name of the girl that works that's in there and talks to him. I forget her name, but they would sit and think. And I remember during one of their first playthroughs of Garten of Banban, I forget her name, but she was like, Nab Nab is Banban backwards. And Matt Pat just shot out of his seat and was like, and I'm like, this is what I love. I love I love when you look at the lore and like the reasoning for things and try to figure things out. I love that kind of stuff. Yeah, you know me. I love anything involving investigative work. Like my career options have been I could be a automobile technician. That would involve diagnostics. I would have to diagnose what's wrong with the car. I would have to investigate it. Diagnostician in a hospital. I have never considered anything in the medical field. Not because I think it's beneath me or anything. I just don't think I'd be optimal for that field of work. I have all the respect in the world for nurses. You know, they work crazy hours, and doctors too. But I think the thing I would excel the most at would probably not be surgery because my hands get shaky, but diagnostics. I feel like I could really get into diagnostics because I just dive into research. You know, when I'm really into something, I go down so many rabbit holes. I feel like I would be good with diagnostics, or I was going to be a private investigator. Basically, anything involving an investigation is my passion. So Matt Pat has my dream job because because he investigates the stories of video games. Things that aren't very integral to daily life, like diagnostics, but yeah, basically a dream job. That'd be so cool. I could just do it, you know, but I don't know. Right, I could make videos on like theories or like lore diving, but I don't know, it's been more fun making other types of videos. I don't know, I'm experimenting. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm experimenting is the easiest way to say I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just so excited. You know, I still remember what the first Markiplier video I ever saw was. Do you? Oh, yeah, yeah. That was, no, it was not a FNAF video. It was not a Five Nights at Freddy's video. I forget if it was before that. No, I think it must have been after. It must have been after his FNAF series, but no, believe it or not, it was not a Five Nights at Freddy's video. What am I thinking of? I don't know, I just have so many memories with Markiplier videos, you know, I don't know, there's something so nostalgic all about it. There's something no nostalgic about just like right now with the movie and everything. I've just got so much in my mind. You know what we should do after the movie? Well, I've been thinking about what we're gonna have for dinner, and I had an idea. We could go to Cracker Barrel. Mark loves Cracker Barrel. We could go to Cracker Barrel and we could get his order. Chicken and dumplings with, what is it? Green beans and corn. And didn't he say he sometimes gets a biscuit or something with, they have like a blackberry jam? I've had their chicken and dumplings. Yeah, because I had to order Mark's favorite order. Duh. Or we could go to Skyline. Actually, Mark can't eat Skyline anymore. I forgot about that. Yeah, didn't you hear about that? It was in one of the latest Distractable episodes. Actually, full disclosure, it might have been a Distractable episode from like back in December, but he said that, so you know about Mark's heart attack? When he was younger, when he was like my age, ironically enough, he used to drink like alcohol more often, and there was at one point, I don't know if it was that he had too much at once or just because he can't digest alcohol. He had a heart attack from the alcohol once that he was having, and he hasn't had alcohol since because he can't, I don't know if it's that his body can't digest it. I forget the exact thing, but he recently said that he had Skyline chili, and I think he just got sick from it. He didn't have like a heart attack or anything. It wasn't like yet another hospital visit for our poor guy, right? No, it was like, I think he just had a stomach ache or something. But, so the thing about Skyline chili is the like secret ingredient or whatever as he calls it is yeast. And he knows all the science to it. He had a really good explanation for it, actually. It's been too long since I've heard his explanation for me to say it as well. Basically, after he had Skyline, so yeast, it was kind of like when it gets to your, when yeast enters your body, it like ferments and it can become alcohol. I don't know the science of it as well. He explained it so much better, and it's been a long time since I've heard his explanation, and I don't actively remember it as well. But that was his explanation, is that because the yeast ferments in your body and turns into alcohol, that's why he can't consume it. He can't digest it. His body won't process it. So that's why the Skyline chili gave him a stomach ache, because he can't have alcohol, and yeast alcohol, it he had a better explanation for it, but it's been so long since I've heard it, I can't say it as well. But Skyline chili is an option, or Cracker Barrel, like I said, chicken and dumplings, just like Mama used to make. Oh, that would be another thing. Get out Mama Pliers' old recipe book, because doesn't she put some of those online? Oh, and her book, Markiplier from North Korea. I know, I still need to order that. It sold out super quickly, and I should have jumped the gun and got it the minute it came out, but I didn't. I've just got it on a wish list. I don't know when I'll get it, but it's so cute. Have you seen the videos of Mark helped his mom record some like promotional videos for her book, and they're sitting down and he's like, tell them, say something, you know, be excited, be like, my book is coming out, and she's like, my book is out now, and she's like giggling as she says it, and he's like, he's trying to hype her up. It's super cute. He's trying to tell her how to like promote her book. They're really cute videos. Yeah. Oh, did I tell you about the latest distractible merch? Have you seen it? This one was a really great idea. So Bob, that's Mark's friend, yeah, he has aphantasia, and what that means is he can't picture things. So like when he has dreams, for example, when I have a dream, I remember images from the dream. Bob does not have images in his brain. He remembers like other things, like things from other senses, like a smell or a feeling or auditory, like he'll hear something, right? So they did, it'd be easier to show you it, but it's, you know that image of the guy and he's got like a green apple in front of his face and a hat on? It's some piece of artwork, isn't it? Well, they did 3 guys like that, and one has an apple on his face, the other one has an apple on his face, and the other one, it just says the word apple because he has aphantasia. I thought it's just genius. Here, let me find it for you because it's just genius. Oh, it's so great. Whoever their merch team is, they've done just fantastically. It's having trouble connecting to the Wi-Fi today for some reason, so we'll see how that does. I don't know if it's because of the cold or what. Right, we gotta get you some, you should borrow my Uggs. I have an extra pair. I have my platform Uggs, which I'll probably wear unless you really want them. I have my lower Kookaburra by Ugg, so they're basically Uggs, but they were cheaper. And then I have, they might be by the front door, but I also have Docs if you'd prefer Docs, if you need some warmer shoes. All my other options are Converse and Vans, and while I'd love to wear all black and red, I do not have black jeans, and I do not feel like wearing Vans or low-rise black Converse in 7 inches of snow. So, it says this web page is not available. Okay, later on, look up on your phone, get Google out and turn your data on or something, and look up distractible aphantasia shirt because it's really funny. Yeah, I kept going back and forth over what to wear to the movie. Like, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, because it's like, nobody's there, nobody's going to that movie to see what I'm wearing. They're going to see the movie. But, I don't know, it just feels fun. It just felt fun to dress up for it. Yeah. I could have done lipstick or lip gloss, but I cannot get into colored lip gloss. It always looks wrong on me. It always looks like way too much. I just think I can't get into the idea of lip plumper or adding any extra pigment to my lips. They're fine as they are. I just take a little clear gloss or balm and it's all I can handle. But yeah, it should be a great movie. And him and Amy worked on it, and they're finally able to release stuff from like behind the scenes, which is super cool. The guy who did like the directing, I mean, I think at the end of the day, Mark was the director, but he had to hire a crew to help with the filming and to do all the stuff, obviously. And there was some guy, I forget his name, I forget if he, what is, maybe Mark's the producer and the guy was the director, but he posted on Instagram a reel being like, most of the time when we work for people, when we work for movie people producing movies, he's like, you can tell how much they care about the crew based on the snack table. And he's like, most people we work for have like, you know, a few sandwiches, a few water bottles. And he pans over to these like 3 folding, you know, those white folding tables with like the gray legs and stuff. Yeah, he pans over to those and he's like, Markiplier had this kind of set up for us like daily. And it's like bags of Takis, chips, drinks, water, I think like juices, Capri Sun or something like that. Point is, the snack tables were just full. And I remember Mark saying in Distractable, he's like, the crew was like amazed at his level of care and towards the crew and how much, like how involved he was, how like that's how little the crew has come to expect from people making movies. Mark's like, I'm just doing the bare minimum. I just want to make sure you guys are happy and, you know, want to work with me again. If I ever, it makes sense, right? To be good to the crew working for you, because then they'd be more willing to work with you again, should he ever choose to make another movie. You know, if someday Mark decides to make that Garten of Banban movie. He talked about that in a live stream. Yeah, the live stream. Oh, what did he say? Somebody joked about it in a live stream, and Mark was like, yeah. Next movie is gonna be Garten of Banban. Can you imagine that? No, but can you imagine? Can you imagine having to either build all of those characters, like you know the Garden of Banban characters, like Banban, they look like they're made out of Play-Doh, and like, oh my god, the octopus. Can you imagine having to like build those for a movie, or having to like animate them or whatever? Because oh my god, Five Nights at Freddy's, they've built the animatronics for their movies, and they look so much like the animatronics in the game. Like, they did such a good job of bringing the Five Nights at Freddy's animatronics to life. So can you imagine if we had a crew, if we had people working on a Garden of Banban movie? I'm sorry, I don't know why that's so funny to me. There's so many Garden of Banban games out at this point. How long would that movie have to be? How many movies would we have to come out with to make Garden of Banban into a movie? It would have to be a series, right? I wonder if what's his face? The Something Brothers. Because isn't it a pair of brothers that made Garden of Banban? Isn't it the Something Brothers? I know it's not the Duffer Brothers, but isn't it the Something Brothers, I think? God, I just can't imagine. That'd be the wildest thing. I feel like they don't even know where their storyline is going. And I don't mean that in an insulting way. It actually helps. Because if I'm honest, I feel the same way about Five Nights at Freddy's. I feel like, no. The guy who made Five Nights at Freddy's, I don't know why I can't think of his name right now, even though I know it well. I feel like he has never known, like, what the end, like, what the full storyline, he didn't know what the full storyline was going to be like when he came out. When he came out with the first game, right? He did not know what the full storyline was going to be like. Because that's how it kind of goes. Because he was going to stop after the 4th game, I think. The 3rd game, the 4th game, they were, like, going to be the last ones. And here we are, like, 13 games later. Because it was just a game about, like, it was just a horror game. And it's just been added on to, and added on to. And I feel like that's how Garten of Banban has gone. Because, like, I don't mean it in a bad way. Like, you did not know what the storyline was going to be like. That's what happens when you write a book. Like, J.K. Rowling, she didn't know everything that was going to happen in Harry Potter when she started writing Harry Potter 1, when she started writing Harry Potter 2, Prisoner of Azkaban, and so on. I don't know why I called it Harry Potter 1, but, you know. things evolve, things get improvised, things get changed. Even halfway through the story, things get changed. Right, so that's my point, is like, if Garten of Banban doesn't know what's coming next right now, can you imagine trying to make it into a movie format while still keeping an openness so that you can develop the story later on in further games, let alone in later movies? Does that make sense? Because it's like, if you started making a Garten of Banban movie right now, you would have to change the storyline a little bit to make it formatable enough to be a movie, right? You would have to, like, if you made the first Garten of Banban game into a movie, you would have to change some things in order for it to make sense as a movie. But you would have to keep the movie open enough that you can still make like Garten of Banban 9 and be able to get there from the first movie, even though the first movie is coming out around the same time that Garten of Banban 8 came out. I don't know if that's making sense. I feel like I need a diagram. I don't know. Hey, wasn't there going to be an Iron Lung 2? Didn't that guy say he was going to come out with more? David something? It started with like an SZ, and I don't want to pronounce it incorrectly. Wasn't there going to be a second one or something? Or wasn't there a second monster? I don't know. It's been so long. Well, the game came out in 2022, so it's been like 4 years since the game Iron Lung came out. So I don't know what all I remember. I don't know what all I misremember. I don't know what all I need to remember. I don't know what I'm missing. I don't know where I am. Right. There's so many things. But it's so cool. I'm so proud of him. And I'm so proud of us. I mean, come on. 4,100 theaters. 4,000, and there's blood drives. He actually did go through, they joked about it on Distractable, but I looked on the Iron Lung website the other day, and there was actual blood drives. Yeah, certain theaters. Oh, in the popcorn bucket. The popcorn bucket actually happened. I remember when Mark did his live stream, and he was talking about how he would love to do popcorn buckets, and then people on Reddit were submitting ideas. They had a bunch of people on Reddit were posting. They made like 3D models for this popcorn bucket, and then he teamed up with Regal, and lo and behold, we have a popcorn bucket. Sadly, I do not have a 3D printer, so no, we are not getting free popcorn. No. Sorry. I'm sorry. Hey, your friend's not cool enough or rich enough. I may be from Ohio, but I am not nearly cool enough to have a 3D printer. I know. And they have a drink, too. Yeah, Regal came out with some drink. I don't think it had scotch or something in it. They came out with some drink that's like not a Bloody Mary, though that would work. But, they came out with some red alcoholic drink for Iron Lung. Yeah. Even more ironic, given that Mark can't drink without having a heart attack. Yeah, we'll have to check it out. Was there anything else I was going to show you? Do you need a coat? It is 15 degrees outside. What do you mean you don't need a coat? Take my Levi jacket. Or yeah, layer my Levi jacket. Do you want a red shirt? I have red shirts, or if you want a black shirt and a red jacket. I have this shirt, although I was gonna wear this, but actually I wore this to the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 movie, so I feel like, I don't know, I didn't want to wear it twice. Also, it's red and blue, not red and black. I have this just red t-shirt, if you want a red t-shirt. And then there's also red long sleeve shirt. Long sleeves. If you want that. I don't have any other red jackets. I did have a red leather jacket like 2 years ago, but no, I do not currently have it. And then yeah, I've got my Uggs if you want to wear Uggs. Uggs keep you pretty warm. No, I don't mind them in the snow. I know suede and snow don't seem to mix, but I've worn my Uggs in snow, and It's okay. Plus the one pair is Kookaburras and they were a bit cheaper, so they're meant to be worn. They're meant to keep you warm. It's better than wearing Converse and then slipping on the ice. Yeah. You want my ring? It's up to you. You can wear it if you want. Yeah. Yeah, come on, let's get going. We can't miss her. We better not miss her. Hey, I wonder what kind of previews they'll show with the movie. Like, are they going to show us other big horror movies, or are we going to get previews for indie movies? Guess we'll have to find out. Yeah, alright, come on, let's go. Wear a jacket. It's freaking cold outside. I am not going to scoop your body out of the snow. No, I'm going to leave it there.